We are here with Christian,
Azakowski.
one of the more MMA fighters. But you've done a call-out fight at the last event, which was boxing, and you did fairly well, kickboxing, sorry, and you did fairly well in that fight, and he was, what, he had a good 50 pounds on you, 40 pounds?
He said he was 225, and I'm 150, so that's 75.
So a lot more.
Around that.
And you actually, you both went the distance on that fight as well.
Yes.
So, let's talk about your first fight with us. And that was way back against River Gower. Tell us about how it felt coming into that. Before any punches were thrown, your chances against it, how confident you were, how you were feeling, and then versus after the fight.
There was absolutely no confidence.
Oh, that's a problem.
Not gonna lie. There was no confidence going in. I was talking to River. I have short arms for my height.
Right.
Everybody has reach. Trumpy has reach on me. He's this tall.
Yeah.
Everyone's got Brandon. He's got like way much longer arms than me, and he's
Yeah.
this tall. So I don't have reach on anybody.
And then River, let alone, had double that reach.
Yeah, and he's like this fucking tall. He did it all the time. Last time I did it was your birthday last year.
Yeah.
Which was about a
Against
year ago.
me, yeah.
Yeah, and that was something light. We just did body shots.
Right.
And I basically a fraction of the training he did, and I didn't feel very comfortable going in yet. I just wasn't ready, in my opinion. And
well, you ended up winning that fight by split decision. It was very close,
Right.
very close fight. But no matter how hard he hit you, you did not go down.
threw up.
Yeah, you did throw
Twice.
up. Yeah, you did throw up in between rounds, so you had to pause for a second, throw up. But you kept fighting. You had that fighting spirit. So tell me about his hits. How hard was he hitting you? Was there knockout potential behind that? Was it explosive? Was it dangerous? Was it kind of like razor sharp type of hits?
It was razor sharp type of hits. It was the kind where I didn't really see it coming. He kind of hit me harder in the head than I think I've ever been hit.
Right.
So I was kind of, I don't know what it was. It just felt like he was hitting me crazy hard. People say that River doesn't hit hard, but I thought he hit pretty damn good.
But what
And,
was your game plan in that fight?
I didn't have one.
Try to survive?
Try to I guess work the ground.
Well, and
grounded,
I noticed, I think everyone who saw it noticed that ground game was mostly your domain. You managed to work it to your advantage. Whenever he would try to flip you, you instead would flip him over.
And I tried to do whatever I could. I've been able to do that since I was young. Just kind of
I know all about
kind
that.
of work some shit to where I end up on top and I'm okay. And I'm like, okay, well, let's do this. And whenever we first got to the ground, I kind of went to punch him, and as you can see, I kind of went like that, stopped, and wasn't sure what was going on. Then he kind of did that thing to where he flipped around, and I ended up back on top by just the hair on my fucking neck, I guess.
Hair on your neck. Well, so then you ended up winning that fight, and it was pretty well. Then your second fight for us was that just at this last event, I believe?
Yeah.
This last event we had, and you went up against Seth, and you did an MMA match.
Yeah.
Once again. So let's hear about that, because I think that was the fastest match in history of Frantic Fights.
Well, what had happened was I kind of, just like how Harley and Brandon was, yeah, I can remember his name. It kind of ended the exact same way they did, except it was a little quicker. We had gone in, he couldn't get me on the ground right, and it was just kind of us going back and forth until I kind of let my guard down. He hit me real good, right in the temple, left a nice old bruise, turned yellowish like mustard, and it knocked me out for a split second to where I kind of went black for a second, and the next thing you know, I was in a rear naked choke, couldn't get out,
Not much
freaked
you
out,
can do, yeah.
tapped. I was like, all right, that's it. So,
And see, Seth is... We still haven't seen much from Seth.
Yeah,
That's the thing. He changes up his game plan with every opponent differently. I mean, with him and Tyler, he more or less worked that standing game with those kicks to the midsection, followed by those 2 hooks to the head. With you, he mixed that up completely by, I think, 1 leg kick was thrown. I think it was by you, or a midsection kick.
yeah, I tried twice, I landed once.
And he went for a takedown, which, in all honesty, I was like, okay, this is where Christian shines. Well, whenever he got you on that ground, it seems like he outmaneuvered you, which I've never seen anyone do to you before.
Right.
And it took us all by surprise whenever you ended up in that rear naked choke. And you were breaking out of it. We all noticed you were breaking out, but like you said, that temple shot, that was one of the hardest hits we've ever seen. And that made you black out for a split second. That's all it took to lock in that choke.
Oh yeah.
So
Me dropping my guard for just a split second, he can get it
that's
in.
all it took.
That's all
Well,
it takes.
I hear you and Seth have scheduled a rematch.
Yep.
And what is this? What style is it going to be? MMA, boxing, kickboxing?
We're gonna try to go for a kickboxing because the MMA kind of went full down. We're gonna both practice stand up. We're gonna try to have an all-out fucking brawl.
You're gonna have a war.
Yeah, and then next we're gonna take it to where ground would be an option. MMA, like if we ever do it again.
So you think there might be a
Kinda-
trilogy fight
yeah,
lined up?
Try to keep it going. Kind of, we're gonna kick each other's ass 1,000 times over and over.
All right,
It's gonna
'cause
be a lot of fun.
Seth is 2-0 right now.
Oh yeah.
I think he's the only one who's reached 2 in anything really, or 2. Well, anything.
Well,
He's
Trumpy-
reached 2-0. Trumpy is 1-0.
Oh.
The call-out
Oh,
fight did not
draw.
count against Anthony.
Yep.
Yeah, he's 1-0
Yeah,
and then tied.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, 1-0-1.
Him and Luke were the first fight they tied.
Yep.
So what are you expecting in this next bout against Seth?
Well,
Is there really anything you can expect? He hasn't showed much to his game plan. He hasn't budged an inch.
all I can really expect is basically to be able to. All I'm going to be able to expect is that he's going to come at me with all he's got, and I just need to know not to go down. And if I do go down, get right back up and don't stay down. It's
All
kind
right.
of the thing I got to go with, and probably try to put more power behind it. Try to probably go for a couple knockdowns so I can get a win. For basically try to get at least one knockdown around.
Right, so
I
that way you
get the
can get that point.
Yeah, no, yeah, we're going kickboxing more than likely.
All right, and then last thing I'm going to ask you is, what are your words to Seth for this upcoming fight?
Train hard, my friend.
All right, thank you,
That's all we got.
Christian. We'll see you out on the battlefield.
See you then.